They say that breaking up is hard to do. Now I know that's not true. Oh, the original lyrics got a little mangled there. So, what if it's not true that breaking up is hard, but it's a limiting belief? Why is it limiting? Because it keeps us stuck doing the same things we've been doing, hanging out with the same people, eating the same foods, doing the things the same way, is because we believe that change, breaking up with an old habit, breaking up with a relationship, we believe that that's hard. It's not true. It's easy. How do we know? You do it all the time. You just don't know that's what you're doing. You're breaking up with people. You're breaking up with relationships of all kinds. And by the way, we have relationships with food. We have relationships with money. We have relationships with people. We have relationships with our environment. And they are shifting and changing all the time. But because it happens mostly subconsciously or unconsciously, we don't get it. We don't get that breaking up is easy to do. Unconnecting and reconnecting. Unplug and replug. I'm going to find some neutral language around this concept of breaking up, because the idea of breaking something makes it sound hard, painful, damaging because of the language. So what if instead of calling it breaking up, we call it growing? We call it moving on. That's another good song. What if instead of breaking up, we use different language that didn't imply something painful or violent? And the reason this is coming up for me is because change happens. And right now, choosing consciously the change that you want is where I want to play. Choosing consciously the change that I want. See, I believe we're in the COVID cocoon. I believe that we all came in as caterpillars. Whatever life we were living was us just living life, mostly unconsciously, largely on automatic pilot. How do we know? This is what the neuroscience people tell us. You know, that the majority of the thoughts that we're thinking are the same thoughts that we were thinking the day before. Don't ask me how they know this. That's kind of creepy feeling. So they study it. They know we live on automatic pilot. What if, while we're in this period of time that is so unusual based in human history, it's the first time in human history we're having a common global experience. So what if we took advantage of this and allowed ourselves to come into consciously breaking up with the things that don't serve you? Whether it's a relationship to a certain kind of food, a relationship to a certain organization, a relationship to, and you start connecting with the things that are going to pull you in the direction that you want to go as the butterfly. Because when you come out of the cocoon, you will be transformed. And what you become transformed into largely is determined on what you're willing to unhook from. What are you willing to unhook from? What are you willing to reach for a new connection? So disconnect and reconnect. There we go. Got my language. What are you willing to disconnect from that was part of the life you were living by habit coming into the COVID cocoon? What are you willing to connect to that will pull you in the direction of the butterfly that you want to transform into? Because yeah, we're in this season where everyone is having a common experience of things shifting, of control over a lot of areas of our life being an illusion. And so that's my invitation. Look for this one thing that you can control. You can control whether breaking up, disconnecting from things that were in your life out of habit, and coming into, connecting to. Disconnect and connect. When you can disconnect from the things that you were doing by habit from your life prior to the cocoon, and then start connecting to the things that only a butterfly could reach for. The things that were out of sight, out of mind, above, beyond the dream. For me, what does that look like? I came into the COVID cocoon as a business owner with a nonprofit mission attached. Now in the cocoon, I'm looking at what do I disconnect from that was keeping me busy in my business. Why do I need to stop being busy? Because that's the first rule of being an advocate. And for me to be an advocate for myself and the life I want to create, and an advocate for you and the life you want to create, this was an important question for me to ask. What is it that I brought into the cocoon that I'm going to leave here? I'm not taking it with me into my butterfly existence. What do I want to be reaching for? Where am I going when I come out of the cocoon? I'm going in the direction of being the founder of the Teen Suicide Prevention Society, the co-founder of the Make It a Great Day movement, the host of the Suicide Prevention Show, and your advocate for a better life. That's where I'm going. Anything that keeps me busy and not on purpose, I'm leaving behind in the cocoon. What are you going to leave behind? What are you willing to disconnect from? So that's the question. It's not breaking up. It's just disconnecting. So think about this. Helps if you know where you want to go. Decide where you want to go. What are you going to reach up for when you come out of the cocoon as a butterfly? Because you get to choose what that looks like. Conscious choice. And in order for me to go for my butterfly existence, what do I disconnect from that was good enough for the caterpillar, but a little heavy for the butterfly? That's all. No judgment. Haven't done anything wrong. It was all good enough. It got you here. It got you here. It was good enough. And now it might not be something that the butterfly can carry. So that's what I'm inviting you to let go of, those heavy things, those limiting beliefs that we don't even know we're limiting, including the one that says breaking up is hard to do. You're just disconnecting from what served the caterpillar and might not serve the butterfly. It's all an experiment. Enjoy the journey. Thank you for journeying with me today. Have a great one. No, make it a great day. The choice is yours. It always has been, but nobody told me that. Grab hold of this. Go for it. See you tomorrow.